and welcome to My Point of View. I am your fat and opinionated host, Cinema Shogun, and let's go ahead and talk about this Bryan Kohberger Mad Greek restaurant debacle. Because a lot of people have been messaging me, I've seen some comments, and a lot of people are confused about what is going on here, and rightfully so, because I think everyone's a little bit confused. The situation and the information, it's a little all over the place. So let me take you to the beginning. During the Idaho 4 case, well before Kohberger even got caught, people figured out that Maddie and Xana worked at this restaurant. They also figured out that the restaurant had a lot of vegan options. So once Kohberger got arrested, everyone was thinking, oh, Kohberger's a vegan. Oh, they worked at this restaurant. Maybe this guy went to their jobs, and everyone was speculating about it. And this was going on even before Kohberger got caught. People were speculating that whoever did it may have went to this restaurant. So after people started speculating about that, people take things too far. Like, it's one thing to sit down and have an adult conversation amongst your peers. It's one thing to sit down and make a video like what we do here. It's another thing when you reach too far and you start calling this restaurant, you start emailing the restaurant, you start trying to find the social media accounts that belong to people who work at this restaurant, and you start harassing people. But that is what happened to this restaurant. It happens to every one of these true crime cases. If you're ever attached in any way to these cases, you're going to get harassed. And even if you're a random person that has nothing to do with these cases, chances are some random person on the internet will just blame you for it for no apparent reason. That literally happens all the time. It happened with this case. There's one TikToker out there that blamed some professor, and she's getting sued now. So once word got out about this restaurant, word got out about Kohberger, people started harassing this restaurant. Everyone thought it was a huge possibility that Kohberger had gone there. The restaurant spoke out and was like, no, Kohberger never came here. Kohberger never ate here. None of that. Leave us alone. We're grieving, what have you. And then the mainstream media started reporting that they spoke to someone who used to work at the Mad Greek restaurant, and they said that they personally saw Kohberger go inside the restaurant twice, and he ordered vegan pizza. This news has been picked up by almost any and every mainstream news outlet you can think of. We talked about it right here on this channel. That's what the reports were, despite the fact that the Mad Greek restaurant said, hey, Kohberger's never been here. Now, on the news, I played this clip. I believe it was on my last video. On the news, they said that the workers at the Mad Greek restaurant had a secret pact, that they all came together and agreed that they would not speak of Kohberger. They would not tell the media anything about Kohberger. I'm not so sure if that's true or not, but that was literally just on the news like yesterday. So now, after this story is going crazy, everyone's sharing it, everyone's talking about it. We talked about it right here on this channel. Now the owner of the Mad Greek restaurant is speaking out, and she seems to be upset, and she's sticking to her story of Kohberger never visiting this restaurant. I want to read you all what she has to say. The news media should really do their due diligence before running with a story with completely fabricated info. This will be my only response to the story from people. It is not true. This person who wants their 5 minutes of fame has now caused a whole bunch of extra work for myself and the investigators. I also have not forbidden employees from speaking to reporters. We all decided collectively to support the families and not share anything that could potentially harm the investigation or cause the families more stress. To all media, reporters, internet sleuths, etc. Please allow us to grieve the loss of our friends and coworkers. This has been incredibly hard on us, with our phones ringing off the hook, reporters banging on my door at my private residence, and hunting down employees as well as showing up constantly at the restaurant. We have not been afforded the time to grieve. Please stop calling, messaging, knocking, and showing up. I personally will not be doing any interviews or entertaining wild accusations at this time. My employees also feel the same. To all others, please don't believe everything you read. If it's not coming from the courts or the police, wait until it does or doesn't before judging. To everyone who has supported myself, my family, and my employees, thank you. Your kind words and support help us get through each day while we navigate these unknown times. Respectfully, Jackie Fisher, Mad Greek. So as you hear, or as she says all of these reports are false. And she says that they all made an agreement not to talk about this so it doesn't damage the investigation and things of that nature. Now, I think that kind of contradicts each other, saying, hey, these reports are true, and also, hey, we kind of all agreed not to talk about it, because if the reports aren't true, then there's nothing for y'all to agree not to talk about. If nothing happened, he never came, then whatever. I don't feel the need to pick this apart and try to get to the bottom of it, because at the end of the day, regardless if Kohberger showed up at that restaurant or not, those are details that, it would be interesting for us to know. But at the very least, we could rest assured that if he did, investigators will know about it. And I don't want people to harass this business. Don't harass the coworkers. Don't harass the lady who owns the restaurant. Did Kohberger go there? I don't know. They say that he didn't, so I'll take their word for it. In my opinion, I believe he probably did. I don't think anyone who owns a restaurant wants their restaurant to be known as, hey, that's the place where Kohberger goes to get vegan pizza. You know what I mean? It's bad for business. Sure, true crime people may come into town and like, hey, let's go eat where Kohberger ate. But people who are in town, those college students, that would give that business a bad name. They would feel creeped out about going there. No one wants to be tied to Kohberger, rightfully so. And if she were to come out and be like, yeah, he ate here, then they would get harassed even more. She says they got regular people, reporters, YouTubers, you name it, harassing them at their restaurant, calling them. They don't want people like the bullhorn people and stuff showing up outside their restaurant protesting or whatever the hell they do. So I understand fully why they're saying, hey, none of this is true. Is it true? Is it not true? I don't even care at this point. They say it's not, and I don't want them to be getting harassed by anyone. I think everyone just needs to leave these people alone. But if it's true, maybe we'll find out later on in court. And that's okay with me. I can be patient and I'll wait for that. But let me know your thoughts about this down below. What do you think of this debacle? Did this clear up some of your confusion? Or are you more confused now than ever before? I'm not going to lie. I'm still sitting here kind of like scratching my head like, But I'll just, keep my thoughts to myself. Let me know your thoughts, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell. And always remember, remain opinionated.